Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
Hey, and thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Here's what's happening on this Wednesday. A school bus driver dies following a crash in Cattaraugus County. Plus, New York State's newest senator is speaking out about Jamestown's annexation bid. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's live with a look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin, and happy Wednesday, everybody. And we've got a lot of stuff to talk about in weather. First of all, wanted to show this. So we took the storm interceptor out, of course, this morning. And this is going over I-86 going into Falconer. And the roads weren't too bad here. Again, the heaviest amount of the snow hasn't been here so far. It's been mainly confined to the hills of the southern tier. And that's, of course, where a lot of the heavier snow is. Here's where it is now. The lake effect bands really don't look as organized as they once did because, again, lake effect does not like wind shear. There's some wind shear coming in off Lake Erie, so that's kind of helping to kind of scatter some of these bands, but they will intensify once again as we go throughout the day and especially into tonight. So with that being the case, the National Weather Service maintains the lake effect snow warning for basically much of the southern tier. It does not include Allegheny County. That goes until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and also the lake effect snow warning for southern Erie, PA. The northern part of Erie, PA has a winter weather advisory, but the warning there goes until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning as well. So that means more lake effect snow is on the way. We could probably officially start winter today, but winter officially does not start until Saturday. And again, 11:19 p.m. is the solstice time on Saturday. Hour by hour through the day, temperatures going the opposite direction. Our high was 23. We're going the opposite direction. Most of us are going to end the day in the mid to upper teens. Lake snow continues, windy, bitter wind chills, and that will continue to get worse through the night. We'll talk about it later in the show. Justin?
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you very much. Our top story, a school bus driver died yesterday morning following a crash in Cattaraugus County. The Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office says that the 57-year-old man, who was not identified, was pronounced dead at Olean General Hospital. Deputies say the bus crashed into a ditch on County Route 16 just after 9:30 a.m. Additionally, a female bus monitor was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Luckily, no students were on the bus at the time of the crash. That bus was part of First Students' fleet. Well, a GoFundMe page has been set up for a young Pennsylvania couple killed in a crash on Sunday. The fundraiser's organizers say they're seeking to raise money to help with funeral expenses for Stephen Rafa and his fiancée Jessica Camp. The duo were killed Sunday after a semi and SUV collided on State Route 6 in Meade Township. Organizers say the couple's 15-year-old daughter remains on life support after she was ejected from the vehicle. Additionally, Camp's newborn baby remains at Warren General Hospital in stable condition. So far, that GoFundMe has raised more than $12,000. A link to the fundraiser is on our website at WNYNewsNow.com. Well, Governor Andrew Cuomo is proposing new legislation that would close a loophole in New York State law that prevents prosecutors from bringing rape charges when victims become drunk of their own volition. Currently, Cuomo says the law does not include someone who remains conscious but is too drunk to consent after becoming voluntarily intoxicated. The statute does cover victims who become unconscious or are administered drugs or alcohol without their consent. The governor wants to amend the state's definition of who cannot legally consent to sexual activity.
There comes a moment in time where society stands up and says, enough is enough. And I believe we are at that moment. I believe we have exposed the truth to the point where people are now ready to act. Let's actually change things, because that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Now, district attorneys have said the current law allows defendants to claim sexual activity was consensual even when a victim was too impaired to know what was happening. Well, residents in the Jamestown area may see discolored water as crews work to restore the Harrison Street water line tonight. Officials with the Jamestown Board of Public Utilities say the discolored water could last for 12 to 24 hours. The line has been out of service since July as part of the Harrison Street Bridge reconstruction project. Employees are expected to restore service to the line at around 8:30 tonight as part of the reactivation of that line. And they say water flow will change direction and that will cause things to stir up and become discolored. Discolored water will first appear in the downtown Jamestown area and then flow throughout the system. Residents should be on the lookout for that water and should avoid doing laundry until it clears up. Well, hopefully everybody is having a great day out there. Thanks so much for joining us for WNY News Now here at noon. And hopefully you're staying warm because it is awfully cold. We're feeling that cold temperatures. We've been spared so far, I think, for this season, but definitely now the chill is here. Got to check in with the comments. Hello to Danny. Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see Mackenzie on the broadcast. Thanks for being here. Samantha, good to have you here. She says, good morning, everybody. Hello to Cindy. She says, afternoon. Stay safe and warm there in Western New York. Mike, he says the Bills still suck. I don't know about that. There's a lot of big news. We'll have some more coming up on that coming up in just a bit. Hello to Pam. Thanks for joining us here on the broadcast, and we do have a lot more to tell you about. Straight ahead, an important recall for those of us who shops at Wegmans. Details in just a bit. But first, why New York's newest senator is calling on the city of Jamestown to abandon an annexation attempt. Dakota.
And we'll give you a live look from the HD News Now cam. A few lake snowflakes, 20. That's down from our high. But look at that west wind of 16. Look at what it does to the wind chill. 6 degrees. Ouch! And that's going to continue to get worse. We'll talk about it next as WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Well, happening now, New York State Senator George Borrello is calling on the city of Jamestown to abandon the second attempt to annex ahead of a public meeting on the matter tonight. In a statement to the media this morning, Borrello says he's disappointed in the second attempt to annex a BPU substation in the town of Ellicott. Furthermore, Borrello says in part, the hallmarks of his public service tenure has been governing approach that encourages regional and municipality cooperation whenever and wherever possible. And that is why he's opposed to the effort. The senator says he's willing and hoping that instead leaders would allow him to help negotiate a mutually beneficial solution to the case. Now, if you remember last month, the Jamestown City Council voted to move forward with a second attempt to annex a BPU substation in the town of Ellicott. The previous attempt to annex failed after Rochester's Supreme Court Fourth Appellate Division denied the city of Jamestown's petition. Jamestown City Council is holding a public hearing tonight at SUNY JCC. Council scheduled the hearing for 7 p.m. in the Sharman Theater. Well, Wegmans is recalling a 3-layer gingerbread cake because egg is not listed on the allergen statement. Officials say the cakes come in sizes of 4 ounces, 11 ounces, and 38 ounces. The cakes may be returned to the service desk for a full refund. For more information, you can call Wegmans toll-free at 1-855-934-3663. Hours to call are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., or Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 5. Well, Dr. Google is back, and users flooded the search engine with their most burning health questions this year. In today's Health Minute, Jeremy Roth continues the list from yesterday's show with the top 5 most asked questions in 2019.
Here are the top 5 questions asked of Dr. Google in 2019 and our answers based on medical experts' information. Hiccups often start out of nowhere. The U.S. National Library of Medicine notes they often happen when you eat too quickly, drink alcohol, or are feeling nervous or excited. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 8% of people in the U.S. get the seasonal flu. The duration depends on how bad the virus is. Most people can get by with over-the-counter fever reducers, while some will need an antiviral from their doctor. Just like they can start out of nowhere, they can go away just as randomly. Most of the time, they will stop after a few minutes. However, if they persist, see your doctor. There is no shortage of at-home remedies passed down through the generations. Of course, not all of those will work. It's the top diet-related term for the second year in a row. The diet is high in fats, moderate in protein, and very low in carbs, which forces the body to go into ketosis, breaking down ingested and stored body fat, then using that as energy. This was the #1 medical question people wanted to know about, and no wonder. According to the CDC, 1 in 3 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. Eating a healthy diet with less sodium, watching your weight, and relieving stress can all help reduce blood pressure. For today's Health Minute, I'm Jeremy Roth.
All right, Jeremy, some great knowledge there. And again, experts say Google is a great place to start, but if you have real medical questions, talk to your doctor. Well, a small earthquake occurred in western New York early this morning. Take a look. The United States Geological Survey says that the 2.1 magnitude quake happened at 2:40 in the morning northeast of Rochester. Its epicenter was just over 8 miles northeast of Sodus Point. The quake was 2 kilometers deep. Certainly I didn't feel it. Not at 2:40 in the morning. Anyways, I was sound asleep. Did you feel it? Let us know in the comments below. Pretty cool, though. You wouldn't think earthquakes happened around here, but you talk to weather experts like Mr. Hunter and geological experts who are a little more tuned to that craft, and they say, yeah, it happens quite a bit. So nevertheless, a small quake maybe woke somebody up. Who knows? Hello to Cindy. Hopefully you're doing well. She says, glad we are in the mid-40s. Boy, send some of that our way, please. Maybe after Christmas, though, right? Because we do want that snow for then. Hello to Sean. Hopefully you are having fun in Seattle. Thanks for tuning in on the broadcast. Hello to Samantha. Thanks for sending us the snowmen. Let us know if you guys are ever out getting pictures and you can do it safely. Send it of the weather, or even if you're out with the kiddos building a snowman. We'd love to see it. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's our in-house snowman, and he'll be telling us a little bit about when this snow will stop. And later on, a big award coming to a Buffalo Bills players. Those details in just a bit. Oh, wow, look at that camera live over Chautauqua Lake. It was not like this a minute ago. Enjoy that lake effect snow. Boy, boy, boy.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Located on the corner of Forest and Newland Avenues in Jamestown, Pronto Mart has everything you've been looking for. An amazing selection of hot foods, a large variety of premier headgear, and smoking accessories to fit any style. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Stop in and visit us today.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Yeah, that quake actually is interesting, and there actually is a known fault that actually runs through Western New York. So that's part of the reason why the seismic activity does occur here sometimes. Here's a live look downtown Jamestown. The camera is bouncing in the wind from the top of the DoubleTree Hotel downtown. 21 downtown with that west wind of 18, and the peak gust so far is 27 miles per hour since midnight tonight. And these are the snowfall totals that we've had so far since this morning. This is what we've had. Perrysburg in the hills of Cat County, 7.2 inches. Franklinville, 6.2. Jamestown, 5.5. 5 inches in Little Valley, 5 inches also in Fredonia, 3.5 in Faulkner, and 3.1 in Silver Creek. So this is from this morning when we got these totals in, and more of this is on the way. So here's what's coming up here. So pretty much the lake effect will continue through the afternoon today. What you've seen this morning is what you're going to get this afternoon. Moderate to heavy snow at times. The day will end in the teens for most areas. Maybe near the Lake Erie shoreline, you may stay around 20, but most everybody will be down into the mid to upper teens today, and bone-chilling wind chills. I mean, if you think it's cold, you have not seen nothing yet as we head into tonight and into tomorrow. So let's show you where the wind chills are going on the computer models here by 11 o'clock tonight. Man, everybody sub-zero, minus again, right near the Lake Erie shoreline. You'll stay above zero, but who cares? I mean, Dunkirk, 0, Erie, 2, that's frigid. But at least you won't have a minus sign, I guess. But most everybody inland area, sub-zero tonight. Now, this is not advisory criteria. To get a wind chill advisory, we need wind chills of 15 or more below zero, and we're not at that. So we probably won't see that issued by the Weather Service. We start the day tomorrow. We rebound slightly. Some spots, especially eastward, will still be sub-zero, but everybody will at least be above zero to start the day, but it will still be very frigid out there to start the day. And then as we head into the afternoon hours, most everybody will do a little bit better, double digits at least appearing in some of these wind chill numbers, but it will be very cold tomorrow. Temperatures will struggle once again as we head into the day here. So here's the radar for you. Again, the lake effect snow does not look as organized as it did. What's likely happening here is there's likely some wind shear that's occurring off Lake Erie, and lake effect snow does not like wind shear. That often doesn't bode well for the lake bands, but you can see the lakes all hooked up in tandem. You can see all that lake effect coming off the upper Great Lakes. So again, this is just a product of lake effect, cold front plowing on through now. So that's part of the reason why the temperatures are also dropping. Here's future scan through the day. You can see that lake effect snow continuing through the day. Again, the darker blues start to indicate the heavier amounts of snow. That continues off to the east. Again, as we go into tomorrow, the snow will actually start to taper off as we go through the afternoon hours. Looks like it'll sag farther south down in PA a little bit before it ultimately starts to go away. We may see a few more little lake effect flurries popping up, especially for the afternoon. So this is additional snowfall totals on top of what we've already got. This is what we're going with here. So about 6 to 8 inches on the highest hills of essentially the southern tier. That's likely what we're going with here. 4 to 7 lower elevations. Once you go right near the Lake Erie shoreline, lower totals here. So 2 to 4 inches there, right near the shoreline communities, 3 to 6 further to the south. So this will likely push some totals of about a foot in some spots, mainly right around the hills. This is where we're going to end the day, 11 to 16. Most areas, again, Lake Erie shoreline, maybe will stay around 20. Again, the temperatures fall through the day with that gust nearing 35 miles per hour. Future on the screen, 19. That's struggling. That's the best we're going to be able to do there. A little better Friday, but still a little bit below average, 30. Winter, again, starts 11-19 on Saturday night. And again, we're hopeful that if we get the snow that we are projecting, we should have enough. We're not guaranteeing at this point, but with the warming trend over the weekend and early next week, we're hopeful we'll keep enough snow on the ground for a white Christmas. Sports is next. Don't go away.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Hump Day, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. This evening at 6 o'clock, the Jamestown Red Raiders freshman boys basketball team will be on the road for a conference game against the Clarence Red Devils. In other high school sports, Jamestown's varsity wrestling team have a match also at 6 o'clock against Hamburg. The Red Raiders varsity bowling teams also have games this afternoon against Falconer, with the girls' game at 3:30 and the boys' game at 5:30. For his 2-interception performance on Sunday night, Bills cornerback Tre'Davious White was named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week earlier this morning, his second one of the season. White also finished the game with 4 tackles. Besides this award, White was also named to his first career Pro Bowl on Tuesday night, the only Bills player to be voted in. White's other Defensive Player of the Week award this season came in Week 7 against the Miami Dolphins. Sticking with Buffalo sports, the Buffalo Sabres came up short against the Toronto Maple Leafs on Tuesday night, losing 5-3. Toronto built a 3-0 lead in the third period before the Sabres scored their first goal of the game. Austin Matthews finished with 2 of Toronto's goals. Frederick Gauthier added a goal and an assist. For Buffalo, Rasmus Dahlin, Jack Eichel, and Kyle Oposo each scored a goal. The Sabres will be back in action tomorrow night at 7 o'clock as they are on the road versus the Philadelphia Flyers. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, Snapchat, they're introducing a new feature to its app that allows users to post their face onto someone else's body using artificial intelligence.
Okay.
The company says this new addition is called Cameo, and users can make videos or GIFs using photos and plaster it onto a digitized body. Now, this technology is similar to deep fake videos, where if you remember earlier this year, deep fake videos came under fire because they were used to make fake political ads. The deep fake videos appear or sound just like real people. Now, Snapchat launched that feature today.
Okie dokie.
Interesting. I don't know. I do like the Snapchat features, and to me, Snapchat seems a little more of a legit app when it comes to having apps online than, say, some of these other Chinese apps where they're like, there's all these big warnings about how they're going to take your face and use your identity. And so that sounds better.
What was the one where people were using it and it aged your face like by 50 years? What was that?
Oh, I know. I think I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name.
Yeah, I guess there was a big debate over it because I guess it's a Chinese built app or something,
and
or Russian or whatever.
They didn't have the same privacy type standards as you would in the United States, but it's so interesting where the digital world and everything you do follows you. Like I guess that's the warning.
Yeah, right? Our phones.
Same with like this Snapchat technology is if you're going to use it, just know that it'll be there forever.
Yeah.
Even though
it deletes, I mean,
it's still there forever. Someone can find it.
Yeah.
So interesting, nevertheless. And I don't know if I would use it, but I guess if it was on my Snapchat feature list and I'm sending a cute photo to somebody,
I don't even use the Snapchat filters very much.
No,
I mean,
you're a photo guy.
Much.
It's just
I'm just a guy of taking photos and videos and whatnot. Do you like the Snap Face?
I do, but I don't use it as much as I used to. I used to do updates every day, and then
I love the Snap Face.
And then I kind of started just going to Instagram and
Gram.
Now I don't know. I've been on a hiatus for a couple of months. If you follow me, I'm really like my Twitter. I'm just retweeting people like yourself. Right. I just retweet everything. I'm like, I like this post. I'm gonna retweet.
Yeah, I like this. I might not like this.
And you know what they say? The retweet doesn't necessarily mean endorsement.
Exactly.
So
you got to be very careful with that on the Twitter and the face bag and keep all that stuff.
And Norm says another one, popular one, TikTok, and I think
I have a TikTok, but I don't know what to do with it.
Wasn't that where they were all concerned about identities being stolen?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, basically, TikTok is like Vine reincarnated.
Yeah.
I mean, I never had a Vine. I mean, I got into it too late.
My girlfriend's sister uses that often, I believe. And she scrolls through it, like always listening to different videos, and there's music that it puts on there. I wonder, interesting to see. I wonder what the difference between TikTok and like the Snapchat is. Maybe the Snapchat's trying to compete with it more.
I mean, I have a TikTok, but I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I am confused by what I'm supposed to be doing with it. So I have an account, but I've never done it.
If you know, give Dakota a shout.
Yeah, please drop me a line on the Twitter, the Facebag, or send me an email.
Mike says, "What's a tweet?" Oh, Mike,
oh, jeez.
poor Mike. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Well, hey, it's amazing we've had a 5-minute conversation about this.
Yes. Let's talk about weather now, shall we? So it's going to be a very cold start tomorrow. We'll start around 10. That's the average high. Some spots will still be in the single digits. We'll be struggling to hit that 20-degree high, but I think most of us will probably stay right around 19 degrees for the day. Now, we're hoping that if we get the snow that we are projecting, again, we've already had close to half a foot of snow already. So if we get an additional 6 or 7 inches out of this, we are hopeful that with the warm-up coming Wednesday through Friday through early next week, we're hopeful we will keep enough snow on the ground to have a white Christmas, but I'm not confident to say just yet.
All right. Well, we'll keep our nose to it, and you let us know what happens as
we will
progress closer to the Christmas holiday, because certainly everyone wants that white on the ground. But I know, are we expecting any more snow, or this is it?
It's looking like this is probably going to be it for a while. Some of the longer range model guidance does show a warm-up, used figuratively, going into the Christmas holiday. So we'll see. We're hopeful we'll keep enough snow. But
okay, so I guess what we get now is hopefully
this is probably going to be it. So.
Well, thank you, Dakota.
You're welcome.
Samantha, thanks for joining in. She says, too funny. I know. We should
you should have watched yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Tune in. If you didn't tune in yesterday, that was a really funny show.
Yeah.
Pull it up. If you go to WNYNewsNow.com/newsnow, you can watch them on HD or even on Facebook here. So hopefully everyone is having a great day. That's it for us. We're back tomorrow, God willing. We leave you with Chautauqua Lake, and it looks a little blustery out there, so be bundled up today if you can. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
One of our favorite 4-letter words.
Yeah, free. Everyone loves free. Just search WNY News Now. We're back tomorrow. See you then.